This is your host, Jason Snellgrove, and I will be your guide as we journey down the road to pleasure hunt or hitting the long trail to those great comp hunts. This is the Coonhound Collective podcast. Welcome back this week to another episode of the Coonhound Collective. Do we need to cut our lights off? Is this a trespassing area?
No, but they're going to see what we've walked through this wet grass in this field.
Do we need to run to them?
I'm not running to mine, but...
What the heck was
Hold
that?
on, turn your light off. Well, they're not armadillo dogs.
Hey, Russ has got an $18 dog lead on a $2 gate. Is them dogs split? Or are they just echoing down that hall?
Not unless you own a coyote. That coyote's split. Hey, turn your light off.
We might be trespassing. Well, there's Big Money himself. We haven't heard from him in quite some time. I think he's still on the Walker dog hunt. I think he's getting it narrowed down, though. I think I've seen his hands getting close to one. So we'll see. We'll see when we get him back on the podcast, hopefully here in another week or so. See if we can get him nailed down here to give us an answer if he has a Walker dog or not. But a couple of things I want to go over before we get on with today's podcast. First off is, if you haven't heard it already, I think it was, let's see if I can tell you what episode it was here real quick. It was just a few episodes ago. Episode number 60 with Mr. Kim Jones. Over the weekend, this weekend, today is October 12th. So I'm assuming last night, October the 11th, Mr. Kim Jones has finished Old Crow Boy to Hall of Fame in UKC. So congratulations to Mr. Kim and Crow on that accomplishment. I know there was a lot of hard work went into that when he made his mind up to get it done, and my hat's off to you for getting it done. The dog had some health issues, and Mr. Kim battled some health issues himself, and they were able to persevere through and get that Hall of Fame win put on him. He needed one more, and they got it last night. So congratulations to those guys that were able to get that done. All right, we're going to talk about a hunt here coming up in just a few minutes with my guest today that they're holding. This is a guest that's already been on the podcast talking about it, but they've got some more news that we want to share about this hunt, trying to make this a big deal. But before we get to that, I do want to put out there that my club, we call it the Aurora Club, but it's actually the address listed in Verona, Missouri, on November the 9th, we'll have a $300 entry Pro Classic. The entries, I think, go on sale on October the 16th of 2024. So if you're listening to this and you're close or you might be interested in coming, keep that in mind. October 16th, 2024, $300 entry. Verona, Missouri is the mailing address, GPS address to our club just south of Aurora, Missouri. We're going to be holding a $300 Pro Classic. So we want to get that thing filled up, 12 dog maximum, 9 dog minimum. And I've had several people reach out to me and say they were interested. And I think Aaron has had a few people reach out to him and say they were interested. So I think we're going to get her filled up. But if you're interested and you're in the area close by or going to be coming through, you might be interested or might be willing to travel a little bit, come on, be with us. It's going to be a good time. We got some good spots to take some cast and hunt. And that's, again, November the 9th, 2024. So my guest today, again, is going to be Miss Jodi Hunt. We're going to be talking about the Juinor Lasstier Memorial hunt that they have coming up in November. This is a hunt that they're putting on to raise money to give a scholarship to a kid to go to a trade school. That was something that was important to Mr. Junior. So they're trying to honor his legacy and the things that he did as a coon hunter, as a granddad, and as a dad to continue his spirit of giving to young people. So stand by. We're going to get Miss Jodi on the phone and see who all she's got with her tonight. and see what updates they have as far as prize packages, etc., etc. So stand by.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Jodi, how's it going?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good, good. Welcome to the Coonhound Collective podcast again today. I have a return guest with me today. I'm excited to have her on. We're going to talk some more about the Juinor lasstier memorial hunt that they have coming up here in November, on November the 2nd. And I have with me today Miss Jodi Hunt. Miss Jodi, how's it going?
It's going good. Thank you.
Thank you for reaching out to me, and I'm excited to get this information out. I understand y'all have pretty much everything kind of ironed out and some more information that we can put out there. So I'll give you the floor and you can kind of tell us what's what.
Perfect. So my sister is here with me, Janae Lee, and let's start with the date, first of all, which we've already got that out there, but we're at November the 2nd. The bench show will be first. The deadline to enter the bench show will be at 2:30. The show will start at 3 o'clock. Now, we are going to have overall the top dog of the show, so to speak, $500 added money on the bench show. So that's going to be, we have some other prizes and stuff, but my dad was a pretty big fan of his shows, especially after he was injured and couldn't hunt a lot. So he really loved the show. So that's going to be at 2:30 entry deadline, 3 p.m. the show will start. $500 added money to the overall top dog.
Okay, and then you have some other prizes as well, I'm assuming.
We do.
Y'all gonna make me drag a bench out and start trying to work with a show dog.
I am. That's exactly right. And the entry fee for the bench show, Jason, is going to be $20.
Okay, so you enter a dog for $20, you got an opportunity to win $500.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't think you can beat that deal nowhere in the country.
That's right. Well, given the fact that we were not able to do the UKC sanction, we wanted to make it worth somebody's time to come hang out with us that day in honor of Dad. So that's why we decided to do that.
Well, and I mean, whoever wins it is going to get to say they won $500 in the first annual Juinor lasstier memorial hunt. So
yes, sir. That is right.
Yeah, go ahead with the rest of your stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
Okay, so the hunt will be a $50 entry fee. The deadline for the hunt is at 6:30 p.m. In between the show and the hunt, we will have a meal, we'll have auction, we'll have raffle, the drawing for the raffle items that we have, and then we'll also have live music. So that will be going on in between, but the deadline for the hunt is 6:30, and then they will get it all figured out and do the draw out. The added hunt money will be $500 as well. We're also doing a jackpot. So the cast winner, we have a forecast, cast. The cast winner will win 50% of the entry fees. So if it's a forecast, then the winner of your cast will win $100, which will, cover their entry fees and fuel or whatever. And then the overall high point winner will win the $500 added money.
Okay.
So if you're going to be the cast winner if you're the overall winner. So you'll walk away with $600 if you're the overall winner.
High scoring dog.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple questions I have. How long is the hunt? Is it a 1 hour, 90 minutes, 2 hour?
It's a 2 hour.
2 hour hunt. And what rules are y'all going by?
The UKC rules.
UKC rules. Okay. Just want to make sure we put that out there so everybody's aware before they get there.
Yeah, we figured that was the easiest, to be honest with you. We are not UKC sanctioned, but just so that everybody knows what deck of cards they're playing with when they pull on the property, it's going to be by UKC rules, and we just figured that was the easiest method that we had.
Yeah, okay. If you want to, if you have time, you want to go through some of the raffle items, the menu, those type of things?
So the menu will be chili and ham and beans and cornbread. That's on the menu. And then we have some really awesome raffle items. We have a Yeti cooler with 2 Yeti cups, different types of cups. We have a Henry 22 Golden Boy that we have had engraved, the Juinor Lasstier Memorial Hunt and Show. We've got that for raffle. We have a 1911 style 9mm pistol, and then we also have a Pit Boss, the competition series, smoker grill combo. And then, so those are our big raffle items that we have. And then we'll have some other smaller raffle items. And then we've also got auction items as well. Okay. One of those is like a small Blackstone grill. We're going to have some of my mom's baked goods and we also have one of our local gentlemen that actually goes to our church. He actually has donated a load of gravel, which if you're not local, that's probably not gonna. But anyway, he has a load of gravel, and we do have a couple of other auction items that are kind of still rolling in, but those are the main ones.
Okay, yeah, sounds like y'all.
And then I also believe CZ Custom Dog Boxes and Welding. I believe they are doing also one of their water tanks. I believe he's sending me one of those as well.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's sponsored my podcast, and he's a good friend, and they do quality work. And if you want to see what their dog box and water tank looks like, you can head over to the YouTube channel. There's a video that I did covering that. So.
Yeah, he reached out to us. Like I said, I'd never met the guy. He heard about it on your podcast, and we're very appreciative of that.
Yeah. And if there's anybody else that is listening to this podcast and you have some type of dog supply, I mean, this is going to a good cause here. They're raising money to give a scholarship to a young person to be able to go to a trade school. So if you have something that they could auction off, you have a dog supply, you want to give some gift cards from, whatever. You can, if you can't get a hold of Miss Jodi on Facebook, my information's all over the place. Get a hold of me. I can put you in contact with them and get it worked out, because the more that they can gather up, the bigger and better this hunt could be.
That's right.
And if you go to the Juinor Lasstier Memorial Hunt and Scholarship and Show scholarship page, we have a Facebook page. We also have an event page, but on the Facebook page, I think I finally maybe got uploaded. Facebook was not being very cooperative with having, pictures of guns and whatnot. But I think I did finally get it approved and got pictures of the guns and the different raffle items uploaded on that Facebook page. So if anybody wants raffle, tickets for those raffle items, they can contact us. We can sell them tickets, and they can Venmo or, PayPal, whatever.
Yeah, they don't have to be present.
They don't have to be present to win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think may have been Dawson that has shared a picture of it or something. It's a really nice looking gun.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
And also something else kind of fun that's going to happen that day. Our church we've just rebuilt a pavilion that was actually destroyed in a storm, and they are actually dedicating that same day that pavilion to my dad. So that's going to be we're going to hope to hold the dog show under that pavilion. And so they're dedicating that to him that day as well.
And then one other thing that is going to be super fun that we're going to do is we're going to do a kiddie show where anybody under the age of 12 years old will get to show their dogs. Every child will receive a small prize. They will just kind of walk them around in a circle and then not put them up on benches, because for little ones, that's going to be hard. But anyway, so we're going to do, because Dad was all about kids and teaching the little ones and whatnot about the showing and everything. So we're going to do that as well. And then each of the kids will get a small prize for participating in that. And that obviously will be free of charge to enter.
Also, Jason, we do have the T-shirt sales still going on until the 15th, and then we will have some extras there that day to sell. And along with those, we also have ball caps available for sale as well. And also, a lot of people may not know this, but our dad wrote a book, How to Pick, Train, and Show Your Coonhound. And we are actually having another run of those books printed, and we'll have some of those there for sale that day. And the proceeds are all just going to go right back to the scholarship. And then they'll also be in some of our prize packages as well. So we're kind of excited about that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought the book up, because actually one of the last conversations me and Mr. Junior had on the phone, I said, hey, make sure you hold me back one of those books, because he said he only had a few left.
Yeah.
And so I will make sure I get my hands on one while
Yep.
I'm down there, because I would love to
Yep.
have one to go in my library.
We will make sure you have one, sir.
Okay, and what's the address? Let's give the address one more time to the location.
687. It's at the Green Forest Cowboy Church, which is at 687 Highway 103 North, Green Forest, Arkansas, 72638.
And it's at the Green Forest Cowboy Church.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right, I'm going to recap here real quick.
Okay.
November 2nd, Junior Lash Memorial Hunt and Show. Show will be at 2:30, $20 entry fee, $500 added for overall show dog. Do y'all have judges already?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Then the night hunt, 6:30, with a $50 entry fee, $500 added to the high scoring dog, UKC rules, 2-hour hunt, and the location is 687 Highway 103 North, Green Forest, Arkansas, at the Green Forest Cowboy Church. And there will be an auction and a meal between the show and the hunt.
That's correct.
Was there anything else that we needed to touch on? Do you think we got everything? And we can do this again. I mean, we still got time to do it again if we need to. So,
Yeah.
Like I told you,
I think that pretty much covers it. We're having, like I said, the meal, we're not going to charge a fee for the meal. It's going to be donation only on the meal. And we will, like I said, in the auction, we do have some auction items, but also we're going to have my mom's cinnamon rolls and fried pies in that auction. So if you knew my dad, I promise you've heard a story about my mom's cinnamon rolls or fried pies. So, and then we will have live music as well.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like it's going to be a fun day.
Yep.
I'm sure it may be even an emotional day, but
Yep.
it will definitely honor his legacy. Just in the conversations I had with him, the stuff that y'all put together, and the heart and the spirit behind this to be a blessing to a young person in a community that may not get an opportunity to go to trade school, for y'all's family to step up and do this in honor of Mr. Junior. I really do think it speaks to where his heart was, and he's, I'm sure, looking down smiling.
Well, we hope so. Our whole game plan was to make him proud, and I think honestly every single detail that we have worked on, I think that's exactly what it will do. So we're excited for the day.
Well, I appreciate you reaching out to me and getting this information out there, and I'll get this edited and put together, and we'll get it put out and get it shared on a bunch of different coon hunting sites. And I mean, $500 for a show. I mean, I've not heard of a show that gives $500 added. There ought to be show people lined up out the door.
Yeah, we know that's not really typical, but after Dad had that accident, that was kind of, he couldn't get out and do the hunts like he did, but he would still get somebody to go take him, and he would go show. And so one of his mottos was, you can hunt a good looking dog just as easy as you can an ugly dog. So he was really proud of his show dogs.
Yeah, I've heard him say that when we done the first podcast, I went back on the YouTube channel and was getting some audio, for the first podcast, and was looking at
Right.
those videos, and I was just thinking about conversations me and him had off air, and,
Right.
and him talking about show dogs, and him it was like trying to drink through a fire hose with him trying to explain to me, all this different stuff about, because I've never showed or anything before, and for
That's
him.
probably the best. That's probably the best description of talking to my dad I've ever heard anybody use in my life, Jason.
Well, my son went with me that day when Mr. Paul come down, and we met there at the house, and we shot that video. My youngest son come with me, and he goes with me a lot doing different things, and not in a disrespectful way, but when we left there, he said, "Dad, I didn't think anybody could outtalk you." He said, "But I heard."
Oh, we understand completely.
I heard so much today. I don't even know which way's up, and
Yep.
and not in a negative way. I mean, he was listening and taking stuff in, and
Sure, taking it all in.
there was a lot of knowledge. I mean, he was behind the camera, and so he was listening to what was going on. So
Yep.
that's the way it was every time I was around Mr. Junior. I just kept my mouth shut and let him talk, because he had a lot to say, and he knew a lot more than I did.
That's exactly the best course of action when you're having a conversation with him.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Well, again, thank y'all for being on here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I look forward to being there. I'm going to do my very, very best to be there before the bench show starts.
Fantastic.
And I'll get there and shake y'all's hand. I'll bring my board. Maybe we can
Perfect.
sit down and talk with some people and kind of put something
Yes,
together
that'd
in
be great.
honor of Mr. Junior with some of his friends and
That'd
stuff
be
like
fantastic.
that. So,
Yep, we would appreciate that.
yep. Well, if y'all don't have anything else, I think we got this covered. I'll get it edited and put out, and we'll get it shared on Facebook and get some people talking.
All right. Thank you, sir. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a good evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys, for listening to the Coonhound Collective podcast today. We really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to listen to the podcast. If you don't mind, head over to Facebook and give us a like, and head over to Instagram and give us a follow. It's both at the Coonhound Collective. Also, if you would like to reach us here at the Coonhound Collective, you can reach us at thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. If there's someone that you would like to hear on the podcast, or a product that you would like to hear talked about, please send it to thecoonhoundcollective@gmail.com. Thanks again. Have a great day.